Hey guys, Joe here with S3 Archery, and I wanted to come to you today and bring forth a new technology that really is an unbelievably innovative thing in the traditional archery world. So what I've got here is I've got my brand new Bobley Legacy limited edition recurve, and with this bow comes the Bobley exclusive Stabi-Lock limb system. So when I got this bow, I was researching on the internet, and short of Bobley's marketing materials, there's nothing out on the internet about the Stabi-Lock system. There's maybe one or two reviews, people showing a couple pictures of it, but there's nothing out on YouTube. There's nothing explaining how it works, what it looks like, anything other than these couple limited marketing things. So I wanted to get this out there and really say, what is the Stabi-Lock system? How does it work? See it working actually on video. So anyone who goes out there and purchases a Bobley Presentation 3 bow, the Bobley Ultimate, or the Bobley Legacy, those are the three bows that come with the Stabi-Lock system, you'll actually know how it works. So first off, what is the Stabi-Lock system? The Stabi-Lock system is a quick detach and attach system that replaces the 2-bolt limb system of the Bobleys. You still have the what looks to be the 2-bolt system, but these are just for aesthetics. They actually aren't working. You don't screw down anything. So what they end up doing is they replace the 2-bolt limb system with a triangular metal bracket that actually slides into the riser of the bow and then clips in. So as you can see, the limbs are not falling out right now. They're held in place by two little ball bearings that just hold enough resistance so the limbs don't fall out when the bow is assembled. But with a gentle pull, they'll come right out. So what the Stabi-Lock system does for you is it guarantees perfect alignment every single time when your bow is assembled. And because of that perfect alignment, it does a couple things for you. One, it decreases the vibration in the bow, because that vibration occurs when there is misalignment between the riser and the limbs. There's a little bit of energy loss. You'll pick that up with vibration, and as well with that perfect alignment, you're going to get enhanced speed. So with these Bobley Legacy bows, the P3s and the Ultimates, you're going to see speeds that are in excess of 10 feet per second faster than any other traditional bow out on the market for that poundage. So just incredible results because of this system. Another benefit, obviously, to the Stabi-Lock system is just the quick nature of it. You don't have to worry about losing limb bolts when you're traveling, as well as when you get the string off and you want to put it in the case and just be done with archery. You just pull it and it comes right out. So, and then finally, another benefit of the Stabi-Lock system is the added weight. So obviously, the Stabi-Lock system has to be a really stout, very durable piece of metal in order to withstand the pressures of the string pulling on it and the everyday use that you're going to put it through. So the big metal brackets that go on the Stabi-Lock system add significant weight to the perimeter, to the outsides of your bow, which add more stability when you're aiming. A lot better pointability to that bow. So a lot of benefits to the Stabi-Lock system. So now that I've gotten over the benefits of the Stabi-Lock system, let's just see it. Let's just see what it looks like and how easy it is to disassemble it. So clearly it's assembled right now. All I'm going to do to disassemble it, I'm going to grab underneath the limb here, and I'm going to give it a gentle pull, and it comes right out. So, and then putting it back together, I'm going to move my hand back a little bit, and the precision on this is down to 3/1000ths of an inch. So precision. So it seems like it doesn't line up perfect, so you just wiggle it, apply no pressure, and when it finds its spot, it'll go in. So now you can see I don't have to hold it, it's in, and then just apply a little bit of pressure. You can hear that click. Let me just shut up for a little bit and let you listen to it. Take it apart. You can hear those two clicks. Putting it back together, I'm going to just find the spot. There it is. And I'm going to just be quiet and listen to the click. You'll know it's definitely a positive lockup. You don't have to wonder if it's all the way in or not. So it goes click, click, and that's because of those 2 ball bearings that are on the Stabi-Lock system. So let me take it apart real quick and give you a peek at what's going on here. So I'll zoom in just a little bit and let you see. So as far as the actual Stabi-Lock system, you can see it's flared out at the bottoms for alignment, and it's just a massive metal bracket, and there are those 2 ball bearings at the bottom. So that is what creates that lockup, so the limbs don't fall off when there's no string on it. And then as far as the riser, it's the same thing. It's got the flare out at the bottom there, and then it's a huge track. So that's why your guaranteed perfect alignment is it doesn't allow for more than 3/1000ths of an inch to be off, which just guarantees that it's going to be as straight as it can be, superior to any other system out there. The Bobley 2-bolt system is the most superior limb alignment system and limb bolt system out on the market, besides the Stabi-Lock system. And then Bobley went the next step in designing this, and it just takes traditional archery to the next level. So let me just put it together one other time and just show you how easy it is. One thing I did note: put your hand underneath the limb, not above it, and don't force it. If you just if you don't push it all, it will find its spot at the beginning, and then you can just give it a little jerk and it slides right in. So that is the Stabi-Lock system. I talked to you about the benefits of it, talked to you about really the simplicity of it, and the last thing I want to talk about was just the maintenance of it. So I just got this bow last Friday. We were so excited for this bow. We knew the Stabi-Lock system was going to be amazing. So we put it together, and it was very tight. We took it out of the box, put the limbs together with the riser, composite on the metal Stabi-Lock system, obviously. It was very, very tight. Surprised us, actually. We shot it all weekend. Come Sunday, wanted to take it apart and actually do this video to show you how easy it was, and it was completely stuck. Couldn't get the limbs off of the bow, and we thought the bow was broken. If you know Dan or I, we actually had a neighbor come over who was a pretty big guy, and we had one person holding onto the riser like this and the other person pulling on the limb as hard as they could. Limb would not come off. We're talking hundreds of pounds of pressure pulling in each direction. Could not get the limb off, and we thought this was the worst system ever. So I get home, travel it as a one-piece, basically transport it back home as a one-piece, and I call up JJ at Bobley Bows, answers instantly. Say, JJ, this bow, the limb bolt system, will not come off. What is going on here? There's got to be a trick. And JJ says, of course there's a trick. So there's no reason for it to be that tough. And what his explanation was when these bows first get built, these tolerances are so tight. And he said it's actually more like 1/1000th of an inch of tolerance. So they're so tight. And what ends up happening is the metal on the composite, it's so tight and it gets a little sticky, and those 2 ball bearings at the bottom side, they'll seat after shooting hundreds of shots with them. They'll snug up just in the right spot where you can't get them off anymore by pulling. You have to send a little bit of vibration through the bow, and in order to get them off at first, all you need to do, I'm going to put my foot down just so I don't wreck this bottom one in case it pops off, is hit right here in the recurve part, and you'll hear it actually vibrate, and you'll know then it's unseated. So when you get it and you shoot it for the first time, it might wedge itself into a certain position where it's not actually seated correctly and you cannot pull it apart. All you need to do is just hit it a couple times, and you'll hear it. Like, listen to the vibration. You'll hear it rattle a little bit, and that's when you know it's ready to go. Can you hear that? There's a distinct vibration, and that lets you know that this limb is ready to come off. It's seated perfectly, so when I just put my hand underneath it, give it a little pull, it comes right out. Do the same thing, line it up. Don't push it, just kind of wobble it around. I'm going to flip it over so I can see what I'm doing. Line it up. There it is. Give it a pull or a push. Boom. Locked in. And that's it. And then also he said that what will help, JJ, he said that if you just get it, spray it down with WD-40. These bows are completely protected. They've got coats, clear coats over them, so you're not going to wreck the wood or wreck the finish. Get it, and get a bunch of WD-40 and spray down that Stabi-Lock system on the limbs, and then go ahead and just coat the limb pockets full of WD-40, and then just slide them back and forth a few times, and that really takes the edge off it. You're not going to have that issue if you do that as the very first thing before assembling the bow. When you first pick it up, spray it down with WD-40, and it's going to make your experience much better with the Stabi-Lock system. It relieves that stress of that first time that you buy it, you shoot it, and then when you go to disassemble it like I did, you think the bow is broken, or you think that the Stabi-Lock system doesn't work. It's not true. You just need to lube it up a little bit. So by putting that WD-40 in it, slight pull, and it comes right out. It's so cool, so quick, so easy. And putting it back together, same thing. It's like just line it up, don't push, it'll find its spot. Like I said, the tolerances are unbelievably tight, so it will find its spot when it needs to. It takes a little finagling, there it is. I can let go and it's there, push. Boom, locked in. So that's the Stabi-Lock system. Like I said, this is the only thing out on YouTube that's going to show you what the Stabi-Lock system is all about. After dealing with it since Friday, so it's been 5 days that I've been dealing with the Stabi-Lock system. Short of that very first impression of having it so tight that I couldn't pull them apart, after listening to JJ putting the WD-40 in there and pushing it back and forth a little bit, this is just the most amazing system. Well worth the money. When you're looking at the bobbly bows, you'll see the normal bows, they're running in about $1,000, $1,300, and then when you start looking at the Stabi-Lock bows, they jump up to about $1,700 to $2,200, and you might be wondering to yourself, is it worth it? After shooting it, there's zero hand vibration. It's the quietest bow I've ever shot in my life. I don't care if it's a compound bow, a traditional bow. This bow just goes thump, thump when you shoot it. It's insane how quiet it is. Given it's a recurve too. You can get this bow if you order up a Legacy or an Ultimate. You can get in a longbow version. Bob Lee, he'll say why we can make our recurves just as quiet as a longbow. But if you want to go that direction, common theory would tell you that a longbow should be quieter. It would be insane to hear this bow with the Stabi-Lock system with longbow limbs. And I might have to try it. I don't know how much new limbs cost, probably $500, $600 with the Stabi-Lock system. I might order up some longbow limbs just to say I have them and just to test it. So it's insane. I think the Stabi-Lock system I think it's a $400, $500 upgrade, and it's worth every single penny. I'll get some shooting reviews out there so you can hear it, so you can see it in action. But that's your first look at the Stabi-Lock system. Hopefully it helps you troubleshoot if you end up with a Stabi-Lock system and you feel like the limb is stuck. Go ahead, like I said, and hit the back end of the recurve until you hear it rattle. Once it rattles, it'll come right out. And then to fix that issue altogether, to not even have to do that, spray it down with WD-40 and the limb bolt. Obviously wipe down the bow so it's not just sitting there and collecting dirt. But after you do that, it's going to just as simple as this. Just no pressure, just pull, comes right out. Put it back in. Don't push at all, just try to line it up until it's seated and you don't have to hold it anymore. And then just push. And it clicks. It gives you a positive lockup. So, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I helped you. Hopefully I convinced you maybe buying a bobbly bow with the Stabi-Lock system. Pretty amazing stuff. And just keep coming back. I'll keep showing you this bow going forward. So, thank you.